live. Thanks to everybody that's waiting. We see the phone lines are already ringing. It's kind of exciting. People want to talk. This is the fourth ever live call-in show with me and Brooks, my producer and guard dog, getting ready to sit down off to my right. Banana literally just got off the mountain in Big Bear, and she's in the other room. Like literally, she just got here, and she's going to be occupying this microphone wherever it is. There it is. Hello, microphone. I wonder if that's on. She'll be coming in here shortly, and we're going to be taking your calls. The phone number is 760-517-6844, and it's a little different this week. Last time, we had a lot of people waiting on hold for a very long time because the call queue was rather huge. This time, there's only going to be 6 people in the call queue at a time, so if you get through, that means you're going to be up within probably 10 to 15 minutes. So if you get through, hang on, and if you don't get through, you get a little message that says all of Pete's lines are full, try back soon. Best time to do that is when a person drops off, and then it'll be your turn to hop on. Let's see, Brooks, I feel like we got someone waiting already. You want to start, get right into it?
Yeah. Caller, you're on with life advice you seek from Pete.
Hello, first caller. Be awesome. Yo, what's going on? Who's this? Oliver, I lived in Hoboken. I lived at 1500 Washington Street in the Hudson T building. There, now people can go to my old address. That's where I used to live in Hoboken. What's going on? Yeah. Do you know that area?
Yeah,
I live. Are you getting ready with the gong already?
No.
Jeez.
No. I'm just suggesting.
I was like, geez, he's gonna gong me for talking about location. Yeah, I lived in there when I was working at a Sirius satellite radio before they merged with XM back in the year 2000. What's going on in Hoboken this evening? Cool. You are the first caller. You got a good question for us?
well, honestly, I just saw the video that we
Wait, hold on 1 second. We're people are saying no caller audio.
There should be caller audio. People can't hear him?
That's what 2 people just said.
I can hear you. You still there?
I'm still here.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they're saying no caller audio.
That shouldn't be. We did test that, and we could hear him before. Well, everybody's saying they can't hear him at all?
Yep. Or he's very quiet. Is it
What if I turn you up, Oliver? Give me another You there still?
Yeah, I'm here.
okay.
Let's see if people hear you now that I've turned you way up.
Hello.
Hello, world. How's that sounding, Brooks?
Let's see. I'm asking them.
If anybody is
They're still saying very low.
very low, I can't get them much. I mean, I could get them a lot louder if I wanted to, but that would be a bit much. But Oliver, give me a little sample of your voice.
Hello, I'm Alex. I am calling out here live show right now.
Can you hear him, Brooks?
Yeah, it's still really low.
Really low. That is interesting because we can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear, Oliver. But this is giving you plenty of time to.
It sounds like it's not like.
Yeah, I think I have a good life.
Yeah, you still can't really hear.
You
It
can't
sounds like
hear.
you're just hearing the audio from the headset, maybe, or something else.
There's no reason for that. We just tested this ahead of time. It was working, and now we can't hear Oliver for some reason. You know what? Is this because I can't see? Is there something above this that says muted or soloed at all? No, because we can hear him. We can hear him just fine. We can hear Oliver. And if you're listening on the stream, Brooks, you got nothing?
It's just really low.
I mean, I can turn him real up. Oliver, why don't you give me a quick question?
It does sound really echoey on here. So it sounds like it's not even coming through the sound.
Sounds like what?
It sounds really echoey on here. So it sounds like it's really echoey on here. So it sounds like it might not be coming through.
It's not coming through the damn board?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense because we can hear him.
Yeah, like it sounds like there's a bunch of echo. Like it's not coming through the mics.
I can hear you.
I know that.
Oh, ha 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 ha. You know what? Did I not? So is that? This isn't plugged in all the way. People probably didn't even hear the theme music. That should have fixed everything right there.
I'm gonna listen to it.
I gotta. You should definitely be hearing me good now. What a
All
rocky
right.
start. How's that sound, Brooks? Because
Hello?
the cable wasn't plugged in.
Hold on.
Oliver, give me a little something again.
Yeah, that's
Hello, Pete.
We got it.
Wonderful to meet you.
We got it, right? You got Oliver in there?
Right now he's way too loud.
Okay. Oliver, I have fixed it because a cable came undone. Blind guy fixed it. Now you have had
Oh,
plenty of time to
good
come up
job.
with an amazing question.
Still too loud.
He's still too loud?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me your question.
So you have a following of like 2.33 million. I'm looking at the screen right now. What was like the best way you thought to grow that in like your channel?
The growth of the channel was just a function of straight up luck, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd been posting for about a year and a half and nothing was happening. And then I had one video hit, but because I had about a year and a half's worth of good content, once the one video hit, people started getting interested in the other stuff and it kind of started to snowball after that.
Way too loud, dude. We gotta turn him down.
He is or I am?
He is.
But
He's way too loud.
But he's not talking.
I know, but whenever he was coming through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. I have everything is now 100% fixed. I have fixed everything. Let's grab the next call if we can, Brooks, and we'll get someone that's going to talk for a second for us. Oliver, thank you for calling. Sorry to everyone about the little bit of a rough start right there. I had theme music playing.
We don't have a new call coming in.
Okay.
So.
Did we lose Oliver?
I think he's still there. Yeah, he's still there.
I'm still here.
Okay. Well, if you get rid of him, then we'll have another call.
Okay.
You have to call up Zoom.
Oh, well, it's up, but we're just not getting new calls in.
Oh, okay. Well, this has been you'd think by the fourth show would be nailing down some of our technical issues, but when a little cable becomes unplugged, that's so funny. So everybody was just hearing it through the speaker of the phone initially, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right. So are we still connected with Oliver?
Yeah.
All right. You're not going to see another call until you hang up on Oliver.
Okay.
So let's disconnect that one. We'll get to the next call because he was just asking about how I grew my YouTube channel, which I don't particularly find to be all that interesting, especially because it's just a matter of
he's disconnected.
luck.
We got a new call.
All right, new call that everybody in the world is going to hear. Who is this? Did you answer?
They hung up.
Oh, they hung up. People,
Oh, you're on.
hello.
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
I am one of your biggest fans.
Well, thank you, biggest fan. I appreciate your calling. And now that the entire world can hear you because I figured out all of the audio issues, let's see if you got a good question for us.
How did you go blind?
Brooks. Oh, that is a gong. That is a gong question because
Advice questions only.
advice questions only, and also ones that I haven't answered about 300 times on the in the videos that we've been posting. We're looking to talk to you guys about your life, what you got going on. Tell me some about you and a question you've got. Who's this?
This is Joseph.
Joseph. All right. Where are you calling from, Joseph?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. What is going on this evening?
Nothing much, man. I'm at the house.
You got a question for us?
Yeah. So, everybody kind of gets depressed in their life. So I was wondering, what do you do? Like, what kind of when you get depressed?
Joseph has a really rough phone line, so I'm going to answer his question. We'll take him off of the board just because his phone sounds so crappy. But he's asking, what do I do? He said, everybody gets depressed, and what do I do in order to deal with depression? Basically, I just keep as busy as possible. I mean, if I were just sitting in the house every day thinking about my eyesight loss and how difficult life has become ever since I lost my eyesight, then the depression would kind of build on itself. Just like when you have a breakup, Brooks, is that like the busiest time? You break up with a girl and then all of a sudden you have a million things that you want to do because you just need to stay busy and not think about it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I just fill my time with other things, and that makes you feel good and it helps you not think about the breakup. So definitely, it's exactly what I do.
Yeah, and that's with my eyesight loss. I just kind of focus on different things that I can still do. I'm either listening to audiobooks or surfing or creating videos or staying busy with work. I mean, I try and fill every minute of the day from the moment I wake up, because if I sit around and start thinking about all the stuff in my life that's gone wrong, because a lot of people, everybody has a lot of stuff that's going wrong in your life, but if you focus on that, it snowballs and then you find yourself in a little cocoon of depression. But if you stay busy and you stay active and you keep doing the things that you love, that's the best way that I've found to deal with depression.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's
Thanks
see
for
if
the
we-
call.
Let's see if we
Appreciate
can
it.
move on to the next one. His phone cleared up there. It started up kind of crappy in the beginning, but let's see who we got next calling in.
Caller, you're on.
Who is this?
Oh, hi. Pretty big fan. My name's Addison.
Addison?
Yeah,
Good to talk to you. Where are you calling from?
Alabama.
Thank you for dealing with our technical issues off the bat. Thank you for sticking through that. You got a question for us this evening?
Yeah, something I've kind of struggled with a lot is my parents, and I want to know if you have like body image issues, considering that you can't see yourself.
Well, I mean, I can't see myself, but I can. I mean, not to be weird about it or anything, but I can feel myself. Growing up, I was a scrawny kid. I didn't have a scrap of muscle on my body, and I actually have scoliosis, and my curvature is forward, so my ribs used to stick out a lot. One of my goals for weightlifting when I was younger was actually start building up my chest and my pecs to overshadow the fact that my ribs stuck out. One of my nicknames as a kid was Skeletor, and I was skinny. And then when I hit high school, all my friends, I seem to be friends. You're 6'3", Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of my friends are giant.
6'7", actually.
6'7", right. All my friends are giant people. So growing up, I was skinny and I was much shorter than all my 6'6" plus friends. And that was pretty difficult, but it didn't arrive from the fact that I couldn't see me. I mean, I can feel me. I know if I'm getting love handles or if I got a tummy or anything, and I don't, as far as I know. So no body issues based on vision problems, I don't think.
Hi.
I guess he wants to know how he can deal with body. That's your question, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. I can speak to this a little bit. When I was in elementary school, I was pretty overweight and I was bullied because of it. Obviously, I'm not like that now. I grew taller. I lost some weight, but I think the best thing to do is, do what feels healthy for you, right? Like, obviously, you're not going to be perfect in everyone else's eyes ever, but if you feel like you would like to look a different way, pursue that in a way that's healthy. And it just depends. If you're too skinny, then maybe you want to get some muscle. If you're too big, maybe you want to, just start going on walks or whatever, but just do it for yourself, not for anyone else,
Do you have any thoughts on body image issues, Banana, who has just arrived?
Oh, I don't know. Mostly that you criticize yourself way more than other people are going to criticize you.
That's true.
Yeah. So don't be so hard on yourself. When you look in the mirror, look at what makes, like, the parts of you that make you smile.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. Let's see, Banana, you met the beginning of this was like absolutely fantastic. Like cables weren't plugged in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we couldn't. The people couldn't hear the callers. Nobody heard my awesome theme music, which I feel like I want to replay again just because it's so awesome. But
We got a new caller.
yeah, but Banana's favorite part is the technical issues, and she missed all that. Hey, who's this? Hello.
Anyone there?
Who we got? I don't hear you.
They got next.
Hello?
Oh,
I hear someone.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear someone. Hey, who's this? Young voice was screaming in the background.
You there?
Hello, this is Aiden.
Aiden, we hear you loud and clear, and we hear
And your siblings.
yeah, your siblings in the background. You guys all, where are you all calling from? I just said y'all. It's the first time I've said
Nevada.
Did you say Savannah?
Nevada.
Oh, Nevada. What's your question?
Did you ever have to deal with, like, parents being split in different states or anything?
I did not, but the people on either side of me both had divorces. If I can speak
both
on
our
their
parents
behalf.
are divorced, but specifically to your question, neither of our parents lived in different states after the divorce.
Mine did, but not till I was an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting shuttled between houses?
They hung up.
Oh, okay.
Caller, you're on.
Hey, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, we can hear you.
Anyone?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
Huh?
Who's this?
Hello. Hi.
Hey, welcome to the airwaves.
It's lovely to meet you.
Welcome to the streaming waves.
What's your name? I think we might have missed it.
My name is Tyler. It's lovely to meet you.
Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
It's not Tyler from Tennessee for the fourth week in a row, is it?
No, this is Tyler from California.
All right, Tyler from California. What's going on?
Nothing much. I'm just here to ask a question like everyone else.
Fire away. What you got?
What motivates you?
What motivates me?
What motivates you?
Me specific. Oh yeah, yeah. What? Hey, let's turn it around. What motivates you, Tyler? What gets you up in the morning?
That's a question. Let's see. To prove myself to other people that I have the capabilities of winning.
Do you have something going on in your life that makes people think otherwise? Because I certainly do.
Yeah.
You feel like you have something that you need to overcome to prove to other people to show that you're just as good as everybody else?
Yeah.
Can you share
I
what
do.
that thing might be?
Yeah. Do you want to
Of
talk
course.
about your challenge?
Let's see. Being better than my dad.
Better than
Specifically.
Yeah.
So your dad's a big Tyler doubter, is he?
Well,
No.
it sounds like he's a pusher. Like he's like, you know, you can like, you know.
Okay.
He wasn't there.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Different than what I thought.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my oldest sister
That's
has
what I
that
said.
big time, and now she's a neurologist. So keep going.
She is. Yeah.
That's lovely to hear. Thank you.
Yep.
I find that people with chips chips on their shoulders are generally the ones that are driven to be the most successful. When you feel like you've got something to prove. I spoke to a woman a while ago who was telling me that her daughter was growing up with different issues in mind, but issues nonetheless. And she said her chip was going to be her superpower, the thing that made her want to prove herself to the world. And I feel like if everything is handed to you early and you don't feel like you have anything to prove, then you won't prove anything. And so if you've got a little something, you get a little stumbling block out of the gates that you want to jump over, and it motivates you to do better. I mean, I think that's not a bad thing.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for calling.
Good question.
All right, so I love the fact that this thing's working out. What's up, Banana?
I have to ask a question because I'm late.
Go ahead, Banana.
Or did we set it up the same way as before, as like life advice question for the person, or is it different?
It is life advice questions, and Brooke still has the gong. So if people don't get right to it, they
Okay.
get gong.
All right. So same format. Got it.
Yeah. Who's this? I hear Banana in the background. Who is the person who dialed so that we can hear Banana?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
Hi, this is Haley. Sorry, there must be a little bit of delay on my end.
There is a little bit of delay, but we got you now.
All right, cool. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Good to talk to you. Where are you calling from, Haley?
I am calling from Nebraska.
And what is your question, Miss Cornhusker?
So, I have this question. How do you deal with kind of being in the public eye, so to speak? Like, how do you just keep your privacy, keep your boundaries, and still enjoy being online and doing the things that you do?
Brooks might want to gong because it's not a question about you, but it's an interesting question, and it's one that I deal with because I was heard by more people in America that probably still watch me. I think my voiceover work was.
Yeah, but people don't say like, "Oh, I wonder who that guy is." They're just listening, and
I mean, so I was used to being in everybody's home and car and office and stuff, but nobody knew who I was. Then all of a sudden, when they put the face to the voice, and also when I started sharing the personal stories, there's a it's kind of funny. Like,
she said, "How do you deal with it?"
The dealing with it thing is I had to draw a line at a certain point. What am I going to share? And what am I not going to share? And I've always been afraid I'm going to turn into one of those YouTube people that has a meltdown on their video, being like, "Oh, you people made me do," because there are a lot of times when I feel like I want to share the struggles that are coming from my work, from my life, from YouTube.
But that's not really what you are.
No, and so I've decided to keep that part of my life. The YouTube and the audience decided what I was, and I have kind of gotten that lane, and I have skated it, and I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable sharing my visual challenges, my life challenges, the things that I have encountered that have been hard and I've overcome. What I'm not going to do is tell you if Banana and I are having problems or if Brooks pisses me off. or if I'm having a battle with my town over permits for some work I'm doing in the backyard. I don't share that stuff because it's
Well,
outside
I
of.
have a question because you took it like in one lane. Do you mean seeing like his notability or notoriety, whatever, in public rather than just the videos?
Well, yes, there's that too, because I am thinking of like writing a book and making videos and doing stuff myself. But it just makes me really nervous because I don't know, like, I don't want my privacy to be like violated or just, it makes me nervous to be in the public eye in any sense.
I mean,
Gotcha.
So,
privacy in 2024 is, not to sound like a
Yeah.
conspiracy theorist, but it's a bit of an illusion. But you're choosing what to put out and what not to put out, and that is ultimately your choice. I share as much of my
But
personal
she's
stories as I
talking about
want.
when she gets known, like
Yeah.
whether or not, like then she doesn't want to be in the public eye.
You can still choose. I mean, if you're writing, you could write under a pseudonym, a nom de plume, if you wanted. You could be as anonymous as you want as a writer, and even as a private. There's plenty of Hollywood actors that we only know what they and their publicists put out. I mean, it's really your choice. You can decide how much to share with people.
Yeah, and people get a vibe from you too, you know? Like you can just be a little standoffish and be like, "Oh yeah, like yeah, that's me." Like, "Nice to see you," and keep walking. Or you can be nice like Pete and, say hi for a few minutes, take a picture or whatever, but it's kind of it can be up to you unless you're like the most famous person ever.
Yeah, I mean, if you end up becoming as popular as Mr. Beast and you can't leave your house without getting swarmed, then it's kind of out of your control. But for the most part, you can control the level that you want to put out there. And I think unless you've got the next Harry Potter on your hands, I think you'll be okay.
right.
And you might.
All right. Thank you so much.
Maybe you do. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
I would
just
say don't
spoke-
worry about that
Yeah.
aspect and just focus on your writing because I think you could get a lot out of that just by itself, even if it doesn't end up getting shared with other people.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Real quick, people are saying the queue is broken, that it keeps kicking them out
Yeah.
once they get in.
Well,
Can you explain it to them?
so we're only allowing 6 people in the queue at a time. When you call and it says Pete's lines are full, please try back. We're only letting 6 people in the queue at a time because last week it was basically an unlimited amount of people in the queue. And so people were waiting forever and ever and ever. So if you dial 760-517-6844, if you don't get through, it means that all 6 spots are full. But like when she just hung up, one's freed up. We're also doing that so that people, if you're sitting on hold for 40 minutes, by the time we go to you, you might have fallen asleep or gone to the bathroom. We're just trying to keep it, we're trying to keep new callers coming through.
Yeah.
So we'll go to one right now, and this is one of the 6 people that was waiting. If you want to answer that one for us, Brooks.
Just real quick, I think the problem they're saying is it's saying they're 6th in line and then it kicks them. That seems to be, but it's
The complaint.
yeah.
Well, maybe the number 6 person gets booted, but it's working. We're clearly getting calls.
yeah, we'll take this call.
Hello,
Oh,
who is
you're
this?
on.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, I'm Gwen.
Glenn, you just got really quiet there for a second.
Oh no, did I? Am I back?
Oh, now
Yeah,
you're
now you're
back.
back.
Nice and loud. Where are you calling from?
Like the Chicagoland area, about 2 hours west.
All right, and what's going on in the Chicagoland area 2 hours west?
It's a lot colder than I want it to be right now.
This time of year, that is not fair.
No, not at all.
What is your question for us
Oh.
on your variable volume phone?
Yeah, and are you talking into your phone where the volume part is? The
I'm
speaker.
talking into a headset.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, at least now I have clarification as to why this is okay. Go ahead.
I'm trying to get a mortgage loan, but my previous employer is refusing to sign off that I worked for him, which
Oh,
is preventing me from getting the loan.
why? Because you
Wow.
worked under the table or something?
Yeah, how can a person say that you didn't work for them if you did? Do you have 1090? Look at this, me giving out
Yeah, I'm
financial
like,
advice.
now she probably doesn't want to say, but it's annoying if you can't just say like, yeah, she worked for me, but
I'm the voice of a lot of financial advisory companies, so I feel like I'm
Obligated.
tangentially qualified to answer this question. If you have 1099 or W-2 proof that you worked for an employer, that should be all that you need. Do you have that proof?
Yeah, the lender has it, and I don't know why, but they need just him to check the box. Yes,
Huh.
God, I think you just need to keep
to
pressing.
respond to any of us.
That is that might be. Look at this. This is the strangest advice I'm ever going to give. However, if you're having issues with a public bank such as a Wells Fargo or Bank of America and they are making you tick a certain amount of boxes, I would personally search for a private bank that might not make you jump through as many hoops, although you still will have to be compliant for the loan, but maybe a box like that could be avoided.
Yeah, if you had more personal contact with like a smaller bank.
So you either force this person to admit that you work for them or start again with a private bank like I don't know a lot in Chicago, but
it's a bit ridiculous. Your bank is like, you know, like the 1099 is its own proof.
Right.
So, you know, they're making you jump through hoops for some annoying reason. You got to just keep on them or switch banks.
What is your employer's problem, by the way? Why don't they want to admit that you work for them?
They're just not a good person. They like to fire people randomly. Like you could just walk into work one day and then not have a job anymore.
That's not fantastic.
So the person doesn't want to be bothered to check that box, you think?
This is definitely the weirdest advice we've given.
Yeah, I think that's a good enough answer.
I'd say look for a different loan originator that might not need that.
Caller, you're on. What life advice you seek from Pete? Hello?
Hello. This one I don't hear anything.
Hello?
There. You have to give him a couple seconds to mute the thing.
Yeah.
And then come over to
Are
us.
you there?
But this, I don't hear anything in the background at all.
Caller, you're on.
There we go. Hello, who is this? I hear someone going tick, tick.
You made it on.
You're like, this thing whole setup gives
Hello?
me anxiety.
It gives you anxiety?
Yeah, 'cause you're all like,
there's somebody.
Hello?
Like,
If you're on hold, if you've made it through, you're one of 6 people. So I would stay very close to the phone because that means you're going to be on soon. The person right now that is listening to me talk.
All right, we're nixing them.
Okay.
Caller, you're on.
We just opened up 3 lines, by the way. So if you want to call right now.
Hello?
Who's this?
Hello.
See, this person knows.
Hi.
What's up, person that's really good on the phone? What's your name?
My name's Raymond. I'm from Iowa.
Raymond from Iowa. What's going on tonight?
Not much. I just want to say I love the support system you have.
Thank you.
I love that.
Nice. Thank you.
The people around me are
Like,
fantastic.
hopefully I'm included in that.
Yes.
But also
So
fans.
my question is, how do you deal with having your success affect the people around you to the point where if you don't succeed, then they have issues?
I'm going to let Banana start with that. I just realized that there is a out loud speaker that I'm going to go correct. So Banana, since this question is basically about you, why don't you give it a shot?
You
How does my
might.
success affect you?
Yeah. Well, so I'm like when you asked the question, you said like if it doesn't succeed anymore, how would that affect me? It's a difficult question for Pete because he had a very stable career before he ever did YouTube. So if YouTube was never a thing again, I don't think that would impact us too much. Except I think Pete would have to look for other ways to be the center of attention.
Hey.
But I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not a person who needs their significant other to be like super successful. So I don't think it affects me. How would it affect you, Brooks?
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
If he like, how does he deal with the fame, and then like, would he like the anxiety of maybe not being famous anymore? How would it affect us?
Oh. I mean, I would just feel, I guess, bad for Pete as a friend.
Yeah, that's a nice
that's,
answer.
That's really what it would come down to, but wouldn't really affect me in any other way.
I mean, so for me and Banana, my financial well-being has absolutely nothing to do with YouTube. In fact, I would probably be doing better in life if I didn't spend money on YouTube.
Pete actually completely lost his job within like the first 2 months of me knowing him. He had like 0 job, and I did not panic because he is him.
Yeah, she had faith that I'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna move on. Thanks for the question.
All right. We have a wide variety of phone calls tonight.
Caller, you're on.
Hey, Banana, it's you in the background. So this person is
Turn your feed down, please.
Let's give them a second to mute the feed, and then they will say hello to us in a moment.
Are you there?
Who is this?
Hey.
Who's this?
Hello?
Yes, you are on the air web stream live.
Can you guys hear?
We can
We can hear
totally
you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. My question is, how would you lose weight? Because I'm having a hard time with that right now.
How old are you?
17.
Okay, so my advice would be different based on age.
What do you eat? Like, are you eating healthy?
No.
Okay.
That's your first one.
That would be the first problem. I
I'm a
guess.
big thing. It's like you don't have to exercise that much if you just eat healthy.
Yeah, you can literally go for walks. Like you could go for a 25-minute walk every day and just make better food choices, and I bet you would lose a lot of weight. Do you drink soda?
Yeah.
Yeah, take that out. Like the very, very first thing.
I've been a gym rat my entire life basically, and I would see people that would go to the gym and they were just trying so hard to lose weight, and they'd do an hour on the treadmill, and then they'd do all sorts of low weight, high rep, and they'd just do the best workout they possibly could. But then they go home and they had a pasta meal and ate a bunch of chips before they went to bed, and maybe some ice cream in the middle of the day. Generally, Banana's right. It starts with diet. Also, some people are not blessed with the most fantastic metabolism in the world, but if you give it your darndest with a good diet, that is a fantastic place to start.
Well, here's another piece of advice with losing weight, right? Like, if you can stay busy doing something other than sitting around near the kitchen where you're kind of like bored eating, like the busier you can occupy yourself, the less you're thinking about food. Because a lot of people will just eat like as habit, and you don't need that food at that moment.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Hopefully that helps at least a little bit. Is my
Go for
microphone-
walks.
Is it go for walks?
Yeah.
Brooks is a big
Go for
fan-
walks is
I
this.
go for a lot of walks.
Brooks
Yeah.
is a big fan of the walk. Is my microphone sounding okay in your headphones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds fine to me.
Well, I'm used to a different microphone.
Caller, you're on with Life Advice. Do you seek?
Hello, person. Remember, you're
Hi, I'm Andy.
Andy, where are you calling from?
Sholo, Arizona.
I've never even heard of that. What is going on in the desert, I assume, this evening?
It's beautiful grass.
It's just we got beautiful green, blue skies and green grass today.
I feel like someone
Just
fed
great
you.
day.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard somebody feeding you that. I just drove back from Big Bear and it was beautiful skies and green grass all around.
Nice.
What is your question for us?
I wanted the opinion of somebody who's done voice acting. I wanted your opinion on my voice.
I was just gonna say this.
Yeah, you got a good voice.
This dude's got a really good voice. So voice it's a good place to start. If you want to be a voice actor and you have a beautiful voice, it's a good place to start. However, I'll tell you this much: if you are a person with a nice, mellifluous, sonorous sounding voice, and you feel like you want to get into voice acting, you're going to be competing with the top end of people right off the bat. Because there's a lot of people with a big, deep voice that have had years and years and years of training and acting classes and voice and articulation classes. It's actually a more difficult end of the business to break into if you're relying on the quality, tone, and timbre of your voice. Unless I actually feel like people who have more regular voices have a better chance of breaking into voiceovers because they will rely on their personality. People with quirky voices, the Hyundai commercial guy. He's just got the most like interesting
Well, ask
voice.
this guy to say something. Do you have anything that like you can think like a tagline that you could say with your voice? Like say I am so glad that I was your caller.
I'm so glad I was your caller.
I like it.
It's
All
sad.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got a great sounding voice, and you know what? Let me walk back a little bit of what I said because I do kind of compete in the top end of things with TV promos, movie trailers, and stuff like that. If you've got a good voice like that, yeah, let me walk this back a bit. If you've got a good
Don't
voice,
be too long-winded.
no,
'cause I
but
don't
if
know
you've
I
got
have
a
it
good
in me.
voice like that, and you're willing to deal with smaller companies that just love the sound of your voice, if you get a fair amount of practice and you start putting together a reel, you could probably do pretty well. It's going to get really difficult once you start climbing the ladder of the jobs that you want to get into. But I think starting out, if you find some local companies that want some commercials made for streaming or local radio or something like that, I think you could do pretty well.
Yeah, try to pursue it.
But start small. Start small and keep your expectations in check.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
He does it. You have a great voice. You do have a great voice.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for calling.
Look, I learn when I think things through, Banana. It takes me a minute.
Caller, you're on.
I'm a little slow. We got.
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
This is Trent from Delaware. We talked a few weeks ago.
We
Last
keep getting
caller
this
show.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're either lucky or persistent or both.
His mic is hot.
You're a little quick on.
I mean, I called 61 times. I'm not even being dramatic. I called 61 times, and it kept giving me the
everyone
your
in the
thing is
chat.
not-
Everyone in the chat that's complaining. Listen to this guy.
Yeah,
that's what you have to do to get through.
Yeah,
okay?
it's sick. Let me. You're going to be there. We're just going to reiterate for one second. You're not going anywhere. But I just want to reiterate. We're only letting 6 people sit on hold at a time. That seems more fair than letting 60 to 100 people sit on hold and just wallow and not know. Because when we went to him, he was right there. So if you're calling and you're getting kicked off by the text-to-speech voice, the system's not broken. We're only letting 6 people wait at a time. This is the caller from a couple weeks ago that I think you wanted to start a business. Is that correct?
I was the one that was calling, like asking a few questions about like being blind, like about like the cane and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He was asking in what circumstance do I use the cane when I'm crossing the street, I believe.
Yep, that was me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's your new question this week? Thank you for your persistence.
About your life.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I have 2 questions for you and one for Banana. So number one is if I have a person who like persistently wants to help me and like tries to do sighted guide and like motions for me to like accept their help, how do I, other than saying no, which they don't listen to, how do I say I'm good? Like I prefer to use my cane.
That's difficult because some people, I mean, clear communication. All of my coaches, friends, fiance, everybody will say that clear communication is the best thing. But if you're telling them you don't want help and they're not listening, that's
You can. I have a question. So, or I have like an idea. So you could say, like, I appreciate your help, but I'm not going to learn all the way with the cane if you keep helping.
I've tried. They just like really do not listen to me at all.
if you've got a cane in your hand and someone's not listening to you, I mean, it seems relatively clear to me.
Yeah.
You start whacking them with the cane.
I've done everything. I'm like, can you not help me? I'm good.
Is it?
And also,
Go ahead.
My second question, because I don't know.
That one seems unsolvable.
My second question.
Why don't we jump to the question for Banana since we got a lot of people waiting?
Yeah, you got one for Banana you want to
My
fire
bad.
off?
Yeah, my question for you is your name anything close to Banana, or is it just?
No.
I've always wondered.
No, my name is Maggie.
Oh, that's.
And my real name is Margaret. So I got all kinds of names.
Yeah.
But nobody calls me Margaret. No, it's just Maggie.
There's a whole story
I was
posted
wondering.
online about why I call her Banana. You can check that out. Thank you for your persistence of dialing 61 times. Thank you for setting an example, Brooks. If you want to get on to the next one, he calls up with these questions that
They're good questions too.
they're good
right?
questions,
Yeah.
but they're like hard to answer. I'm like, I don't know if someone's
It's great. They're thinkers.
if someone isn't going to stop helping you. What do you do? Hard to answer. That got loud.
Someone isn't going to stop helping you.
That's me in the background. We'll give him a second to hit mute and come on over to us. Who is this?
In the background. We'll give him a second to
Now I'm just hearing.
All right, hello.
I think you might have gotten the gong if Brooks didn't have a busy finger otherwise. Yeah. You're one of 6 people if you are on hold, so stay near your phone. Who is this?
This is Santiago from California.
Santiago from California. How you doing?
Do you also have multiple names and it took you a while to come up with that?
He was making sure it was him.
I'm just kidding.
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm great. I'm glad that you called us tonight. What is your question?
How do you get people to stop hating you?
Ooh, Santiago, what is
What did
going
you do
on?
to make them hate you?
Wow, geez, what did you do? Why do you feel that people, and that's a strong word, why do you feel that people are hating on you or hating you?
Well, it's mostly since, like, I'm in middle school. You know how middle schoolers are.
Yeah, that's the worst time ever.
They don't care about your feelings.
No.
That's true.
I really like really old stuff. I listen to like the Beatles, and people make fun of me for that. And people like don't really like me because I don't have the same interests as them. And overall, people bully me for multiple things, like my weight, what I like, what I do, my habits. I do work, and it's just like that.
Oh man, just it's gonna get better, and you're gonna be open to a bigger group of people, and then you'll find the people that have the same interests or whatever. It sounds like maybe you have a small group.
Yeah, this is tough. When you're put into middle school and you're just not one of the crowd followers. Like
I love the Beatles, by the way.
yeah, Beatles are a great band, and And I feel like this. We had a kid a couple of weeks ago that was, I think, in 6th grade and was having the same issue. When you're in a small group and you're someone that likes slightly different things, it's very hard to find like-minded people. However, there are tons of like-minded people out there. You could possibly join some online groups and maybe make some friends there. And then when you get to your high school, there's going to be a bigger group. When you get to college or once you're out of high school and you go into the workforce, you're going to find your people. But it's a really tough time when you're in a small school and you're having an issue finding a group of like-minded people, other than to just stay strong, do your own thing, maybe find some friends outside of school. I mean, I don't know if there's like a fans of Beatles club in your town or something like that, but there might be some people that like to go see different kind of music, live music that you could hang out with that aren't in your school. If you don't have
like,
friends in your school, that's okay. You can have friends outside of school.
I would also say
I do.
you do have friends outside of school?
No, like so I have like 4 friends in my like in school, and one of those friends is my music teacher because we have like kind of the same music taste.
Oh, I mean, 4 friends is like a good number. Like that's, and I wouldn't worry about trying to please the other people who maybe like are looking down on you for your interests. Like they're not your people anyway. So I wouldn't expend any energy in that direction.
Brooks, were you popular in middle school?
No, I was a huge loser in middle school. And, I was not hated, but I was also not liked. And as soon as I got to high school, things completely changed. I was a little bit like you. I had a couple friends, but was not a popular kid. Was made fun of. Was bullied. And you just get through it. And like Pete gave good advice. Seek friends outside of school, maybe that have your similar interests to you. Go online. But things will really change outside of middle school, and I know it's tough right now. It's easy to say this, but like things really do get better. So you can at least rest on that.
I threw away my 7th grade yearbook because I looked so bizarre in it. I never wanted to look back at that time in my life again. So it's a tough time.
And Brooks was short and heavier in junior high school, right?
Yeah, I was overweight when I was a kid, and I grew out of it and started exercising, that type of thing. So if there's things you can do, you think that can improve your life and make people like you more, like maybe getting better shape, that can help, right? But also if they don't like you for that reason, they're not good people. So
yeah,
don't worry about them.
I'd say you do
Thank
you,
you.
and eventually you'll find a better group of people. You're just in a small little fishbowl right now.
yeah, and you have good taste in music, and
yeah,
you'll be fine.
Santiago, good luck.
Thanks.
I appreciate your call, and I hope that helps a little bit. That is difficult. Just I mean, everybody in school is.
Junior high is the worst.
Yeah.
Caller, you're on.
Hey, who's this?
Oh,
Loud and clear.
my name is Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Okay.
I am watching the live right now.
I'm on the live right now.
Yeah, but it's probably delayed, so likely you need to mute it.
He's hearing himself. What is your question for us, Greg?
How do you see when you're blind?
I think that got a gong right away. I believe that would be the definition. Greg, for a young-sounding voice, that was a bit of a wise-ass question, I feel like. Unless it was a genuine question.
I felt like it was genuine, but it wasn't along the.
Caller, you're on.
Yeah. Hey, who's this?
Hello?
Hello,
Hi.
who's this?
Hi. I'm Max.
Max,
Hi,
what is
Max.
going on?
Nothing much. I was just wondering, how can I stop eating raw spaghetti?
You stop. I mean,
I think he's pulling your chain.
if you don't put it in your mouth.
You have to cook it.
Yeah.
That's how you stop.
I tried chomping on raw spaghetti once. It doesn't go down very well.
Caller, you're on.
I think that question's familiar.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
I'm Jason.
Jason, what's going on this evening?
Nothing much. I'm hanging in there.
What do you got for us?
My question is, I'm trying out for a basketball team soon, but I'm afraid I'm not good enough. Is there any advice that I can have?
I feel like what is your strong suit? What are you best at in basketball?
I feel like, I mean, to me, I don't think I'm really good, but it might be different depending on who I ask.
Well, just keep
And I was
practicing and try out. Never don't try out because you don't think you're good enough.
Do you enjoy it? Do you love basketball? Are you playing because you like it?
Yes, I'm playing because I like it.
That's
And
the first piece of advice I'd give anybody for doing any. When people ask me like, how do I become successful at YouTube? I'm like, don't do it unless you like it. And if you like playing basketball, it doesn't even mean that you have to make the team. If you try out and your coach doesn't think you're good enough, you can still play with your other friends after school and on your own. Do you have a lot wrapped up in your head about making the team? Do you think that that's going to upset you a lot if you don't make the cut?
the only problem I have is, I mean, if I don't make the team, that's really bad because I've been trying to get on a team for almost 2 years now, and this is the first real shot I've had at it.
Well, I still try. Go in with confidence, you know, be like, I've learned from the last couple of years, and go for it. And then if you like that sport, just play at home with your friends. If you don't make the team, don't try not to think about it as a devastating thing if it doesn't go through.
And improving overall is a very difficult thing. I know this by following a lot of professional athletes over the years. If they pick a particular skill, like Larry Bird, if you know who he is, played for the Celtics, he'd take an off season and say, this off season, I'm going to improve on passing. And then the next off season he'd say, I'm going to improve on my free throw shots. If you find that you have a weak part of your game, if you're not good driving to the hoop, if you're not good from long range, if you think there's one thing in particular that is preventing you from making this team, really start focusing on that one thing and start building up a skill set. All proficiency starts with building individual components. Start with one thing, move on to the next, move on to the next. Next thing you know, you got a big toolkit to choose.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for the question, man. I hope that helps out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Basketball advice now, Banana.
Yeah.
I used to play.
Back to the hoop.
We're giving basketball advice. We're giving loan origination advice. We got everything covered tonight. Hey, who's this?
Hello?
Hey.
Hi, this is Blake.
Blake, I can answer anything apparently. What do you got for us?
What's your favorite type of glasses? Because I know you can see some light. So I was wondering what your favorite type of glasses is.
I wear
sunglasses.
Brooks. Is that
He's about to gong you because it's, but it's Oakley.
Yeah, I choose from a wide variety of Oakley lenses that depend on the amount of light in the ambient sky at the moment. Brooks, do you have someone else for us?
Yep.
Who's this?
Hello?
I guess I shouldn't.
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
My name's Brooks.
Hey.
And
There's two.
I was wondering, how do I stop getting picked up by birds when I walk outside?
Aw, poor Brooks. He's really, really light, and then he tastes like corn, and birds pick him up, and they fly him back to their
I mean,
nests.
is it fun? Do they return you back in a safe way?
No, he gets picked up and he
You
gets
gain some weight, so it makes it harder for them to pick you up.
or carry weights in your pockets, like the shake weight. Just keep a couple of those in your pockets.
Or shower more.
Dress like a scarecrow.
Dress like a scarecrow.
Yeah.
That's it. Year-round scarecrow
That
outfit.
works pretty good, actually.
I think that's it, Brooks. I think that's good with that one. But yeah, I think you nailed it.
I kinda
Year-round
like that
scarecrow outfit.
Caller, you're on.
Who's this?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
What's
My
your
name
name?
is Joseph. I'm
Joseph.
from Weirton, West Virginia.
Cool. What's going on this evening?
Well, I actually wanted to ask you guys some advice. Basically, coping advice.
Fire away. Coping with, what do you got going on in your life?
Well, personally, what I'm dealing with right now is a lot of stress and anxiety all together in one. And also, my main question was, how can you cope with a long distance relationship? Not saying that you guys are going through it or anything, but I'm pretty sure one of you guys have.
Yeah, I was recently in one, actually.
Yeah, I think I don't think I've ever done that.
No?
I don't think so.
It's pretty tough, man.
Yeah,
It's tough.
it's you look forward to. I dated a girl from
Let Brooks answer. He's the one.
2 or 3 states away. What do you got, Brooks?
Yeah, I was just recently in one with a girl that lived like 8 hours away, and I'll get to see her probably once a month. And basically, it's like, man, you just have to FaceTime and just stay connected however you can in order to kind of keep things feeling personal and feeling like you're close. And yeah, you just have to keep the hope and look forward to next time you see them, and just keep keep the faith. You know, that's really all there is to it. Both people have to feel like there's always a future and something exciting on the horizon. So that's what I would say.
Okay. And also one more question. Sorry to keep you guys up.
No, go ahead.
I was just wondering how would you guys in certain situations cope with stress, like everything coming at you all at once?
This is one thing I've been talking to a fair amount of people about stress and anxiety these days is whatever is causing it. And I can ask if you've got a quick one thing that's causing your stress and anxiety. Is there one thing, or is life just kind of beating up on you at the moment?
It's just life in general. Like basically I am having to deal with like house payment wise. I have to keep up with my house. And also to top that off, I'm trying to make sure that I'm financially stable. It's a lot.
Yeah, so it does sound like the stress, like finances, seem to be a source of the stress.
Those are real issues. I was. Yeah, I mean, if you're worried about your next payment, the stress is never helpful. Is all I can tell you. You can. This is going to sound trite, and I'm sorry, but there's a reason that people say this, is you can only control what you can control. Banana, earlier in this episode broadcast, she said that I lost my job. We started dating, and 2 months later, I lost my job, a job that I'd had for 18 years. And I was living in a massive house, and I had a massive mortgage, and I was the only one that was going to pay it. And I didn't, I mean, yes, I got stressed out about it. I was like,
You definitely stressed.
Yeah, I'm probably going to lose
But
this
he had
house.
confidence too.
I had confidence, and I channeled that stress. I mean, I got into my booth, my office, and I would be up at 6 in the morning, and I would be working on my voice acting and working on finding clients. I would do 10, 12. I was working harder then, or maybe as hard as I work now, just trying to find work. So if you're not actively tackling the thing that is causing you stress, then the stress is just going to start to snowball and get worse. But if you start tackling the problem, at least you know you're doing what you can do. And that will help with the stress and anxiety. If you are taking some active role in trying to help alleviate the stress, at least you're taking care of you.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the advice. I will definitely take that into consideration for sure.
All right.
Thanks for the questions.
Good luck. Does that make sense, Benny? You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I want to say like try to find a side hustle, but it's not always super easy. But you know, if you do think that things are kind of lined up tightly, then I would try to make extra money on the side.
Yeah. And real quick, I know Brooke just answered another call, but real quick, just everybody that is calling, the number is 760-517-6844. There are only 6 spots available. So if you're calling, you're getting bounced out, that means that you're not one of the 6. But if you are one of the 6, that means you're going to be coming up. Stay by your phone. So when we say hello, then you will be there for us. So hello to the next caller. Who's this?
Hey there, this is Matt.
Matt,
Nice
see,
to
that
hear
was
from you guys.
professional. Matt, that was amazing. You get an A+ already.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I try my best. So I've been thinking of what kind of advice to ask you, and the only thing I can really come up with is how can I find some mentorship in the work field or in the workforce?
What field are you trying to get into?
Well, so I've been in the workforce for 7 years now. I'm 24, and I started when I was 17, and it's really just retail, sometimes fast food. I've been bouncing back and forth between the two.
First of all, this guy's 24. You might be on track to have a better voice than me by the time you get a little bit older. I'm already intimidated. So are you looking to be a mentor or to find a mentor in another field?
Well, from the work that I've been doing, I find myself having, leadership qualities that I don't see in a lot of the management in the fields that I'm in.
Yep.
So whether being a mentor or just finding the right mentor to help me become a mentor.
in retail. I think these days, I'll tell you this much: if your employer has any sense whatsoever, and they see that you're willing to train people up to your standards, and this is something that you're passionate about, I feel like if you approach your employer and say, "Hey, I'd like to help improve the quality of our work staff," they'd be crazy not to take you up on that, because a lot of people these days are not trying super hard at their job. They just kind of put in their 8 hours or their shift and then they're
But it
gone.
sounds like he's in jobs where he's like his work skills are not being appreciated. So like, how do you get to a different level? Is that my understanding?
Yeah, no, Pete nailed it on the head. I've brought that up to a lot of management, but these people at that level, they kind of look over that. Not a lot of people bring that to their attention. So I think it's a lack of perspective for a lot of these retail management.
It all depends. I feel like Skylar's trying to
You
break
gotta
in.
get out of retail. I absolutely hated retail.
Well, some people are passionate about retail and passionate about customer service, and I think you're right. I think there's a lot of different places that could benefit from some serious up training and figuring out how to deal with the customer and better organize their stores and if this is something you're passionate about, and your direct manager, your direct manager might see it as a threat, like, look at this guy trying to tell me he can manage better than me. I would say, maybe approach it as a partnership. Talk to your manager and say, hey, we could train up this staff a little bit better. We could make this run a little bit better. What could you and I do together? Because if you go to the boss's boss, you jump over their heads, you're going to make some enemies. But I would say befriend a person who also has a stake in the business and tell them that you'd like to help together.
Wow, you are so wise. That is exactly what I'd like to hear from my manager as well.
Well, I hope that helps. Thank you for calling. And don't forget, if customer service doesn't work out, voice acting.
All right, Pete, Banana Brooks, thanks guys a lot. It's a pleasure speaking to you.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I feel like a lot of problems can be solved just by kind of talking it out. People are people in any business, right?
Yeah, that corporate structure of like not real estate, retail, that's just like a tough one.
It is. Who's this? Oh, you got some.
Hey, this is Jill.
Oh, Jill! Wow, you're the loudest caller, and you were right on it.
Figure out where the microphone is.
I got it.
So high.
I got it. I'm
Good
working
deal.
on it.
Well, man, I got a question about my voice for you. I'm hoping you can help me out.
It's loud. That is the first quality.
Yeah.
It is ebullient, effervescent.
Yeah. What's the question?
Well, I'm sorry for being a little bit loud here, but I got to tell you, man, I am a voice writer. So I do court reporting, I do captioning for real-time events and live TV, but I got real sick not too long ago. I lost my voice for 2 months.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
I am trying to get, it was awful. I am trying to get back into it now, but every time I step into my studio, I feel like my throat's starting to tighten, like I'm starting to cough. I got to get my voice relaxed, and I got to get myself in a good headspace. Can you give me any tips for that?
Yeah, I talked to someone about this a couple weeks ago. I've lost my voice now on 3 different occasions throughout my career, one of them being earlier this week, and it is horrifying and it is scary. And when you are recovering from a voice issue, if it's brought on by a virus or anything, the first thing you have to do is give yourself rest, and it sounds like you've done that. Now you have to get back on the side of strengthening it, and a good vocal warm-up routine is going to be your best friend. I didn't have one in my 20s and into my early 30s, and I burned my voice out really hard. These days, you can probably find a good vocal warm-up routine online. I personally found a singing coach. If there's anybody in your area that is a singing coach, you can find one online. They're going to give you the best strengthening exercises that are out there. I do about a 28-minute warm-up routine every single day to help strengthen my voice. And if your career depends on being vocally strong, the best investment you can make in your life is doing vocal warm-ups every day and taking care of your throat with, teas and rest and not screaming and getting that thing healed up.
And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll do my best to find a good singing coach and a good routine.
There you go. That's the best thing for it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't know how she was so powerful on her phone. Her phone had quite the volume on it. Let's see. This is why I ride the levels. Who's this?
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
My name is Selah.
Selah. Cool name.
Cool name.
Where are you calling from,
Thank
Selah?
you. It's from the Bible.
Oh.
None of us knew.
Yeah.
We're like, oh.
News to us.
Anyways, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
Great. What's your question?
So I've got this friend that I don't really like because she's really annoying, and I don't know how to get rid of her.
I think you just told her.
It sounds a little mean, but like,
Getting rid of friends you don't like is tricky because you don't want to be the jerk. Especially, is this
Yeah.
friend in your friends group? Is it one of like a group of friends?
yeah, no one likes her in our friend group, but we felt bad for her because all of her other friends kicked her out of their friend group because she was annoying.
Oh, jeez.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Took on a charity case, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's got some stuff she's got to work on.
Hey, God, that's it's some a lot of times when it's like, you know, two people in the group like this person and one person doesn't like that person. There's always, but if there's one person that everybody universally agrees on that they don't like, I mean, you could have a frank conversation about the things that that person is doing that might make them a little more tolerable, but that's a difficult conversation.
It really
Although
is.
these days doing it over text, like, hey Jenna, we really hate it when you all make us play board games because none of us like them. Is there one thing in particular, or is this just this person doesn't jive with your friend group?
It's like her whole personality because she's a stuck-up brat and thinks she's better than everyone.
Oh, then forget her.
Her parents are also rich.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
in that case, she could
Moving on, just
yeah,
I don't know, just like start ghosting
she
her.
could stand a hard lesson. Maybe you guys plan a couple things that everybody does except for her, and then maybe she'll get the point, and then maybe stop being a stuck-up brat.
Nobody likes people who are stuck up.
Yeah. It's one thing if you're just a little
Yeah.
weird or awkward and people don't like you because of that. You can work on that. But if you're a stuck-up pain in the butt, you deserve a lesson or two. Hard lesson
Yeah.
in life. All right. So tell them that Blind Surfer Pete said that you're allowed to be dismissive and mean to them.
Thanks for the call.
Okay.
For a minute.
Okay.
Now give mean advice. I don't know. People, if they're going to be
As
stuck
it
up
gets
and
like
mean and
deeper
rude.
into the hour, I'm like, just
Yeah.
tell them you don't like them. Bye.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to cut to the chase. Hey, who's this?
Hello, is this Johnny?
You're Johnny?
Gong.
Is your name Johnny? Ah.
Maggie called it.
Yeah, he said, "Is this Johnny?"
I think he said, "Is this Johnny?" And I'm
yeah,
not
is
Johnny.
this Johnny? It doesn't make any
Oh,
sense.
that was a gong then. We got someone else.
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
Hi, this is Henry.
Hi, Henry.
Henry. Where are you calling from?
Hi. I'm calling from Maryland.
Cool. What's going on in the Ocean State? Is that Maryland?
I think that might be Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ocean City's down here, and we have a condo in Fenwick Island, so yeah.
All right,
you can
cool.
say that.
What's going on?
Well, one, I wanted to say how much you actually helped me overcome my fear of the ocean.
Nice.
Because I really wanted to surf, and because of you last summer, I surfed for the first time, and I named my board Super Dog.
Oh my God,
that's cool.
That's awesome.
And, yeah, I've been a fan of you for a really long time. I've watched your documentary. And
Brooks made
I
that.
think you're one of the coolest people in the world.
Well, thank you.
so nice.
Is there a big surfing community in Maryland?
No, I don't live as close to the ocean as I'd like to, but I really like as from Hawaii, so I really wanted to surf, and like I said, I'm not very good at swimming, and I was afraid of the ocean for a real long time.
Well, you got your board, you got your leash, right? Tied.
Go out into the ocean and not be a real.
Just keep paddling.
Yeah. But my main question was, I'm about to go into high school, and my voice is more high pitched than most, and you obviously have a voice acting voice. In fact, I think it was the other day I watched one of your shorts where you talked about your voice acting voice for your commercials and stuff and ads for movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering, like, did you ever have like a higher pitched voice, and when did your voice change?
I had the girliest voice growing up to the point that both of my cousins were 8 and 9 years older than me, and I used to call this before we had cell phones. So you had to call the main line, and you had to ask to speak to the person. So I would call up. And I'd say, "Hey, is Mike there?" And his dad, my uncle, would answer the phone and he'd say, "Mike, it's either a girl or Peter calling," because I had a really high-pitched voice. Like, I was a skinny little kid and I had a high-pitched voice, and it was it seventh grade? It might have been right around seventh grade. My voice literally changed overnight. I went to bed one night and then I woke up one morning and I came down the stairs and I started talking and this had happened. Voice change is going to happen for different people at different times, and having a high or deep voice, it doesn't matter as long as you get
Hey,
something
I
interesting
like your
to
voice.
say.
Who cares? Like if it's high or deep, exactly.
Yeah, your voice doesn't sound particularly high to me, and if
Yeah, it's
people are
not
making
annoying.
fun of you for that, that means that you're otherwise perfect, because if that's the one thing that they're picking on, they don't have much to go on.
When I was your age, I remember one time a telemarketer called the house and I picked up and they thought I was a girl.
Oh.
And that really hit me pretty hard at the time. But now my voice is pretty deep, so you can have faith.
Yeah.
How old are you?
It hits the hardest because I like to make music. I'm 14, and some people just say the music is bad only because of my voice. So that's
No.
when it really hurts the most.
No. The best singers in the world are tenors. Being a tenor allows you the widest range. All of the best singers, I mean, outside of like Frank Sinatra, there's some baritones out there that are well known. Why am I blanking on lead singer Metallica? He's a baritone.
Lance.
No. Brooks, help me out. Why am I blanking? Lead singer Metallica.
Dude, I should know this.
I should know this. I'm embarrassing myself.
Kirk Hammett's the guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came
Doesn't
from-
matter. There's a few baritones out there, but your range, and these days singing in the higher octave, girls love guys that sing in a higher octave. They really do. The most popular singers right now have a big high range, and I think if you're a musician,
Like
you're in
Harry
a
Styles,
good
is
spot.
this what we're thinking?
You're in a really good spot. Keep strengthening your voice. Become a good singer. Work on your voice control, and nature's going to do what nature's going to do. You've got
Patience.
the voice you've got, and all you can do is work with it. So I'd say work on your singing skills, and if your hormones decide to change your voice, cool. And if they don't, no biggie.
Thank you so much.
All right.
You're welcome.
Keep at the music out there.
Bye, Pete. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for the call.
Bye.
How's the I think you're about to answer, but how's the chat doing? You occupied in the chat this evening, Brooks?
Yeah, they stopped complaining so much. New callers on.
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
This is Bryson. I am from Texas.
Bryson from Texas. What's going on tonight?
I was wondering if you had any tips on starting surfing.
Tips on starting, sir. I mean, for me and Banana, it's just grab a board and get out there.
Yeah, and get a wetsuit if you live somewhere where it's cold.
Yeah, I mean, the best experience.
Watch YouTube videos. I'm not even kidding. Watch YouTube videos, and they will give you some pretty good tips as to like how you should be laying on the board, like arching your back when you're like. There's a whole bunch of things, so you have something in your head when you go out there with the board.
But nothing beats real experience. I mean, I don't know how often you can get to the ocean and you can get on a board, but every time you get out there, you're gonna. I mean, I've been doing it for like, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years now, and every time I go, I learn something. The best thing you can do is just go out there and get some experience and have some fun. Is the most important part. Just do it.
Yeah, you could lead that one to Brooks as well.
Brooks.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you just have to go, and it's gonna be not fun for like an entire year.
Yeah,
You
just feel like a failure for a whole
It's
year.
one of the most frustrating processes you'll ever go through in your life.
Yeah.
You'll catch a couple waves at first and get the little taste of it, but then to improve, it's a really tough process. But after you go again and again for about a year, and you want to start on a longboard so you can catch more waves because you just want to learn the waves. After about a year, and you get the hang of it, and you start going down the line and that kind of thing. That's when it starts to get really fun. But most people give up within the first year because it's hard. So it's one of those things that'll test you. But if you have the determination to do it and you just keep going, you'll get the hang of it and it'll get really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, man.
R.I.P. Super Dog.
R.I.P.
Before we go to the next one, Brooks, I want to figure out what your angst is. Are you in a battle in the chat right now?
They were just complaining about the queue for the entire time.
Well, there's only so many lines that people can get in on.
What we got for time here?
What
I
is-
believe.
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, we hear you. What's your name?
I just want great YouTuber. You're amazing,
Thank you.
and you're a wonderful guy.
I appreciate that.
I hope you keep on having a great day.
Thank you,
sir.
Oh, thank you for all of those
Thank
nice
you very
things.
much. I appreciate that. And for the people that Brooks is battling in the queue, so that when you get rid of that call, that frees up one line.
Oh my gosh,
that
let's not spend more time
our
on it. We can
six-
figure it out.
Don't worry about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So now there's one.
you're
free.
on.
Who's this?
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
who's this?
Hello.
Hello.
Never mind all the sirens in the background on our end.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you. What's your name?
Urim, New Mexico.
Urim. What's going on?
Usual asking life advice.
Yeah.
I've got how do you move on from a person like love?
Great question.
Everybody has a different answer to that one.
That is this a breakup or a party from the
No,
start?
it's just I have a crush on this person like every high schooler.
Okay.
But like I don't know how to get them out of my head.
Yikes.
I mean, the crappiest answer is the most true answer is time.
Time.
Yeah,
And like it's like we are the three of us are sitting here wishing we had a good answer for you, but honestly, it's just time. It
And
do something other. Don't be sitting on social media looking at pictures. Like that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help. But eventually.
No, I don't do that. I don't have social media anyway, so.
Oh,
good for
that's
you.
Good.
Well, you're watching us. You got something.
YouTube. That's all I got.
It really is. It's time, and then finding someone else, and
Yeah.
you know, if you and that person didn't connect at this time in your life, then it really wasn't. I hate all this cliche stuff, but it is cliche for a reason. It wasn't meant to be at this point. Are they dating someone else? Is that or is just not? They're not dating you.
Yeah, they're dating someone else.
Okay. I mean, I've been there, and that's. Oh, you gotta focus on other stuff. Don't go to bed every night thinking about that person. Go to bed thinking about the task at hand or your sport the next day. Kind of try and put them out of your mind by filling up that space with other things that you can think about, and eventually you'll hopefully find someone else that is into you as you are into them. But it's really just stay occupied as best you can. Don't think of if you got.
I agree with Pete. Just try to stay busy. I know that's like easier said than done, but.
I mean, if you got classes together, it's kind of tough, but and the
Yeah.
funny thing is, as soon as you find someone else, that person's probably going to be like, you know what? I am kind of interested. That
Well,
happens
also,
all the
like
time.
how we perceive somebody in our head, especially that we're not dating, right? Is like you have this fantasized version. Like you could be spending all of this energy, and then maybe she just decides she wants to date you, and you're like, oh my god, this person sucks. Like you really may have built something up in your head that's not even as great as it is.
Yeah.
But time, and stay busy. That's all I got for you on that one. If you wanna grab our next one, Brooks. I wish I had a way to expedite time for you, but it'll get better. You will forget about that person eventually.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to move on to the next of 6 people in line. Hey, who's this?
You're on, sir. Or ma'am.
I have a way to expedite time for you.
Oh, hello?
Hey,
Turn
who's
your
this?
down, please.
Hi, this is Parker. How you guys doing?
Parker.
Good. How are you?
We're doing
Great,
great.
Parker.
What do you got
Thank you,
going
man.
on this evening?
Not much. I was looking for advice, I suppose.
What's the question?
Well, I'm 21. I bounced around with jobs in school, and I'm sure you've been asked this, but I'm looking for direction. And I guess right now I'm trying to see, as I'm getting a job, should I settle for a job just to have a job, or should I
Yes, just get the job.
go for something that I'm really passionate
He's
for?
21.
He's
I feel like
you're 21. If you don't have a job, go for the job. You need to
get a
be
job,
you
man.
need to be employed.
Oh, see, I feel
Yeah.
otherwise. I feel at 21. I mean, are you like you need to pay your rent right now?
I guess I'm just trying to move forward. I've struggled with some mental health issues, and I'm trying to get back on my feet.
If you're struggling with mental health and
Just
you're
get a
worrying,
job to get a job is the answer to your
Yeah,
question.
good job.
all right. I guess
we're gonna veto your opinion.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
overriding you
I
because
feel like getting busy is good, but finding a career that you're going to be passionate about will help your
he
mental
might
health
meet
issues.
friends. He said he's struggled with some mental health stuff. Like you get a job, you're exposed to all these different people. Even if it's not your dream job, you might like meet your next best friend.
All right. Crowd says get a job. Get a job.
Get a job and go to school at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what Brooks is doing.
That is the ultimate solution.
Yeah,
Prepare
that's
for
what
your
I did, that's
career
what Brooks
while
did.
making money. That's the best thing to do.
Yep. And you get workforce
That's exactly
experience.
what I need to hear.
Do it, man.
Yep.
You won't regret it.
And let me just say, it's an honor to talk to you guys. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your calling.
Thank you, man.
All right. See, that's why you guys are here. I'm always like, build your dream career, but you know what? Maybe it just helps to stay busy sometimes. Busy. That's what I tell everybody else. So busy is good. We got another person on the line. Who is this?
Hi, my name is Hunter Smitherman. Oh my gosh, it's so great to be talking to you again.
I'm glad
you
you
wanna
got
know how
through.
many times? You want to know how many times I've called in the past hour?
71.
600 times.
That's
Pete. I have called 600 times in the past hour.
You're a
trying to
champion,
call
man.
people.
Yeah, I'm like, really, that's some commitment right there. Cool.
that is a lot. So did you think of the greatest
know.
question ever during that time?
Oh my gosh, dude, you don't even know. Anyways, my question is basically I've got like this 2-year-old sister, and she is insane, right? Like whenever she wants something, she will not stop. So my question is like, how would I even go about dealing with that?
Why? Because with your parents, like she gets her way no matter what because she's 2?
Basically, yeah.
Banana, you know
Well,
something about younger sisters.
she's 2 and you seem significantly older. I think you should just let the baby like have this spotlight for a minute.
Yeah, okay. It's just kind of hard, because like whenever she wants my phone or something, I kind of have to like give it to her and stuff. But
think
no, I get that.
I know. Well, I guess I'm just saying because I love babies so much. So maybe I'm not the best person to answer. I hear you. Like you count too. You're one of the kids.
But you're putting money in the bank. Now this is a long-term investment, but when you guys are both adults, you can hold this over her head forever. Be like, the first 10 years of your life, it was all about you. So now it's about me. And you can collect that check way later down the road. So just think about it that way. But yeah, I mean, 2-year-olds gonna win every time. Like we got the little dog wins.
That is great advice. Thank you so much, Pete.
I do want to like add to that for a second. So 2, okay, that's one thing. So say this little girl is used to getting everything she wants and now she's 4 and 5. Then I would start speaking up for yourself. I'd be like, hey guys, to your parents, like, do you notice that you really like, when she says jump, you say how high?
She's in the grace period though.
Yeah, but
Two is
the
grace
2-year-old part is okay.
You're gonna have to hand over your phone.
Okay.
You're gonna have to play with all your old toys. But remind her when she's 21, she owes you.
Thanks for the call, bud.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Can I tell you, Brooks? Thank you so much for like handling the chat. I'm sorry for what you have to go through.
Are you
because
Volk?
these people are absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's okay. Are you Volk? What's your username?
No,
in there?
No, I'm the Hunter Smitherman guy. I've
Okay.
got like the headphones.
Cool.
No, I keep on hearing people like talk about Valk guy or whatever.
Yeah, he's a little squirrely, but we'll keep him in. But hey, I appreciate the compliment, dude. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man.
I
Have a good one.
Banana, you don't think I'm very empathic, but I'm feeling empathic vibe. I'm feeling Brooks's battle this evening.
You heard it from him, dude. There's been a war in there.
Chat is serious
You're
tonight.
feeling the energy seep your way.
Did you feed us someone else?
Yeah,
here?
someone's on.
All right, who's this?
Oh my goodness, I am on.
You are on.
What's
you
your
sound
name?
so much different on the phone.
That's funny.
That's funny. That is funny. What's your name?
My name's Andrea.
Andrea.
I'm from Washington and I'm 21 years old.
All right. What's going on in Washington tonight? What do you got for us?
Well, I am blind in my right eye. So I basically have no depth perception at all. So I'm basically guessing where everything is. And I wanted to ask, how do you know how far things are away from you without using your stick?
I rely very heavily on audio cues these days. I mean, even if someone isn't talking and they're walking towards me, I can hear their footsteps approaching from a distance. And it's not something that you can do right away. Cars coming from a distance, people coming from a distance, even when you're approaching a wall, if you're making noise, if your feet are making noise, or if you start, talking or something, over time, your brain will automatically, without you having to actively do it, your brain will start to catalog all that stuff. Is there something in particular that you're having difficult judging the distance of, or just everything in life?
Mostly things that don't make sounds.
But you can make sound.
But do you mean like if you're like sitting somewhere and it's dinner and like things that are close to you or things that are a bit further away?
Well, for an example, when I'm like shopping, I bump into things a lot because I can't see the see it around me as much as everybody else can.
How recent is your vision loss?
I've actually had it forever, but I'm still kind of struggling.
I feel like the brain does make compensations. I remember studying in an abnormal psychology class, they made people wear glasses that flipped the world upside down. And after a period of time, the brain compensated and flipped it. I feel like the more input you're feeding your brain, the more, if this is happening to you and it's discouraging you from going out, if it makes you nervous to go out with your friends because you don't have as wide a field of view as everybody else, and that makes you nervous, then you're not giving yourself as much input as you could. I feel like you just kind of have to go out and deal with it for as long as you can until your brain starts to make compensations. And it might take time. Neuroplasticity doesn't happen overnight, but eventually your brain will start to make some compensations. You said you're 21?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you just need to keep feeding that computer that is known as your brain as much input as possible, and it'll start to make those compensations over time.
Also, allow yourself, don't feel bad about making mistakes because you're learning, and you're making a mistake for a legitimate reason. So don't beat yourself up about it, because then that could create anxiety. Then that could make mistakes on its own.
Do you feel self-conscious when you're with your friends and a visual mistake happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Stop being. Don't. I do this thing with anxiety where when I feel anxiety, I take a moment and I say, I know why I'm feeling this way. I know the anxiety is about the fact I have a really hard time with my hands and I drop stuff and everything, and I'll feel anxious while I'm maybe I don't know, carrying dishes, and then I'm just identify it. Be I feel this way because of this, and then I can move on with the task, and it's usually not a problem.
And at your age, at 21, I think when I was about that age, I was still trying to hide the fact, I would clearly not see things, and I would tell my friends that I did. Oh yeah, I saw that. Everybody would be laughing about something they saw, and I'd go, haha, because I didn't want them to know that I couldn't see it. But the more comfortable I got with the fact that I couldn't see stuff, and it was okay to share that, and it was okay to explain that, then my friends started to understand, hey, this situation's kind of stressful for him, or it's difficult for him, or he just doesn't know what's going on. And so they'd fill in those gaps. If you have difficulty seeing on one side or the other, and your friends are aware of this, as opposed to you hiding it from them, they'll probably start to help. If they're good friends, they're going to help.
I always say ask for help. Never be afraid to say hey, this is kind of tricky for me. Do you think you could help me?
That kind of also goes into my other question.
Sure.
I just got a job and I wanted to ask for accommodations, but I'm also feeling a little bit nervous about doing so. So.
Oh, absolutely, ask for accommodations.
They
can't even.
You
have to ask.
Well, I understand why she's nervous. I was always nervous to walk into a new job and tell them what I needed beyond what was provided. I did everything in my power to make my own accommodations, but at a certain point, if you need something, you have to be okay asking with it. And by law, they have to accommodate it. However, it helps to show, I'm a competent employee. I'm going to bring something to the table for you. I'm going to help your company. I'm going to help you make money. I'm going to be a good employee. People are going to like working with me. I just need this one thing. It is difficult when people these days walk into a job and go, you have to accommodate me because I have the oversleeping disorder. Don't walk in demanding. Again, you're part of a team. You're joining a team. And if this team wants to function well with you as a new asset, then they're going to help, but you're going to help them as well. So it's a group thing, give and take, but don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
All right.
For the call.
Good luck.
All right. It's 5:23. We'll take a couple more.
Yeah, we can do a couple more.
Okay.
You doing good, Banana?
Yeah, don't have to.
I think Brooks is getting a little hot because you closed the door on us.
No, I'm good. All
right. Who's this?
Hello?
The birds got me.
Oh, no, the bird kid again. Where's the gong? Wait, I got to... There we
go. That was good.
There we go.
You're wrong caller.
The birds got me. Who's it?
Hello?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Thomas. I don't really have a question. I just
All right, sorry, man.
Oh, Thomas, all these people that are fighting to get through the line, and then we got a bird kid and a kid without a question.
Yeah.
Or an adult without a question. Last time I called someone a kid, they got very mad at me.
This one just says cell phone okay.
Cell phone? Is that Oklahoma?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, okay, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. What's your question, sir?
Hey, give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
No, you don't get a second.
Wait, give him a second. What's your name?
Sorry.
Uh,
So I am a furry, basically, and I don't.
I think he said he's a furry.
That's exactly what he said.
That's exactly what he said. I have no advice for you. I'm not part of that world. I don't know that world.
Yeah. Can't relate.
I think you dressed up like a stuffed animal and hang out with other stuffed animals. That's all I know.
Yeah, we can't relate to that one. Sorry.
Someone's on. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, you sound like a serious person. What's your name?
My name's Raven.
Raymond, what's going on?
Oh, the stream is lagging. Okay, let me take my headphones off. So sorry.
Okay.
We had Raymond.
Okay.
before.
Hi.
Hello again, Raymond. What's up?
Nothing much. I'm just sitting at my desk.
Cool. What's your question?
Okay, so I may have two, but my first one is, I have been wanting to get into voice acting as a possible career because my grandparents recently got into something similar, and I was wondering how I could start or what opportunities I could use to get into voice acting.
The most important thing these days when you're getting going is having a very strong demo reel and then finding places to post it like Voice123 and voices.com. You should spend a lot of time putting together your first demo reel, and I mean like a year. I would not jump right into voice acting and put a demo out there because the demo you make in your first month isn't going to be as good as the one you'd make in your third month, and certainly won't be as good as the one you make after a year. Spend a lot of time. Find your sweet spot, what reads that you're good at, and you don't need to stretch your range. If you're going to be a niche actor and you find that you're good at doing the upbeat sales pitch, do an amazing reel that showcases that you do that really well. And just spend a lot of time working on what your best sound is. Don't try and sound like someone else. Don't try and find someone and be like them. Find what you are awesome at, and then make a reel that showcases how good at that you are. And when you feel like you've really hit your stride, then put the demo out there and start trying to find opportunities that match your skill set.
Okay.
But step one, Google how to make a demo, like a voiceover demo reel.
There are a lot of demo makers
Okay.
out there, but I think I spent a lot of time when I was in college just sitting in my closet doing reads, like practicing. And I was in my closet because I want to annoy all my roommates, but just practicing reads constantly, nonstop, trying to figure out what sounded good and what didn't sound good. And you have to have a critical ear. It's hard to listen to yourself and go, that's good, that's bad.
Yeah.
Even 10 years, 15 years after doing it,
Hey,
I still
nice.
had her walking into the room and telling me what sounded terrible.
Yeah.
All right, Banana, you're not being held hostage.
I feel like I am.
Well, voiceovers is something I'm passionate
Sorry, that's a
about.
question that gets asked a lot.
You got a second question?
Okay, so this is kind of more like a personal, just getting another adult perspective, but a debate that I've had primarily with somebody is kind of the clothes that I wear. So I go for comfort over style, I guess I would say. So I wear like a lot of baggy on baggy, and I'm an artsy person, and so a lot of my clothes have paint on them. But the person in question, which happens to be my mother, is very like against, not necessarily against, she just prefers me to wear like more like having a tight shirt or a baggy pants or a baggy shirt and tight pants, and I want to get like somebody else's view on that.
Banana, you're the fashion maven.
So how old are you?
About to turn 15.
That's tough. I mean, I think just wear whatever the heck you want. Like, unless your mom's making your life miserable. I mean, right now, like that's the time when you can express yourself. I don't think you need to be wearing what somebody else tells you to wear unless you're wearing something like extremely inappropriate.
Yeah, it's funny. You're wearing stuff that's not revealing, and your mom's upset about it. I have come to learn over the years that dressing your personality, it makes you I'm most comfortable dressing like I still dress like the late teenager, I guess, but I'm comfortable with it. I'm not walking around something. If you got paint on your clothes and you're an artist and you're comfortable in what you're wearing, I mean, unless you're breaking school dress codes, unless you're trying to go to church in a smock that's covered in something that looks like a pentagram, like that could be a problem. But otherwise, if you're comfortable in it, and I don't want your mom writing me a letter being like, "You Tyler is okay," but I'm a
She
big
doesn't
fan.
watch you, and she's currently not home, so that's kind of like, I don't think you should be worrying about that.
All right, I'm a big fan of dressing your personality, and if those clothes fit your personality and you're not offending anybody, tell her the blind guy says it's okay to dress how you want.
So that being said, like, don't be afraid too. Like maybe you do put on like a cute something or other, and you're brave enough to go out in it. Like how did it make you feel? Were you like, oh, that was kind of nice, or did it make you feel like you wanted to run home and put the baggy clothes on? And then you'll kind of have your answer. Wear what makes you feel good about
And
yourself.
you can always pick up a nice Find a Way t-shirt. The link for it is below this video. You can click on it and get that, and I recommend everybody wear one of those. You want to do one more, Vince?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. We're going to do one more.
One last one.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This one more, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be the best call we've ever had.
Let's see.
We're going to end stronger than we started. So glad you missed that. You'd have been so mad. It was rotten.
Hello, you're on. Come on.
You can do
Last
it.
caller.
Last.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Hi. I wanted to ask if you had any advice for starting a YouTube channel.
Oh, I think that one is a no-go,
I
right?
think I feel like I'm gonna leave.
That is a
Even get one
no
more
gong, but you got the horn. So all right, one more last call.
I'm just bored with that question.
Hello?
Wait, hello?
Hey.
Yeah, you're on.
Hello?
You.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, I finally got in after 900 calls!
900's a lot.
What's your name?
Dude, I have been sitting in here for an hour straight, spam calling, trying to get in.
We love you.
Thank you. I'm glad you made it.
Hey. Yeah, no, I've got a question, but one quick thing before this. To all of the other chatters, it's NightimS07. I've made it, guys.
I made it.
I've been watching you.
Last caller.
You've been trying
They've
hard,
been
dude.
chanting.
Props to you, man.
Yeah.
They've been chanting for me to get in here.
He made
But
it.
anyway, so my question, it's like 16 of the chatters have been like adding me, chanting. Anyways, so my question and the advice that I wanted to seek from you today was actually about, like relationships and girlfriends, because I've been single pretty much all my life.
Yeah.
Well,
And
what is all your
it's-
life? How old are you?
Only 16, approaching 17 at this point.
Okay.
So still young, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely rough because I'm not the best looking of guys. I'm also not exactly the most decent of human beings. I'll admit that.
Jeez, well, maybe you might want to start there.
You're self-aware,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the self-awareness.
First of all, girls like looks aren't as important as you would think. Like personality goes a long, long way.
And you're persistent, so this is a good quality. 900
Yeah.
phone calls.
But you just said your personality
Don't
is
call a girl
flawed.
that many times.
Yeah, don't call a girl that many times. So what is the one thing you think we could help you with? You want me to call a girl and ask her out for you? I have a good voice.
No, I don't think that would work because I'll give you the two examples. One of the ones I asked out turned into a lesbian to avoid me.
Turned into? All right. Well,
Metamorphose.
The other one I had been talking to for a month and a half, and we were chilling, talking. It's like, okay, cool. I think this is going well. We're friends. We're chill. I think she's being pretty friendly and all that. And so I invited her out to Six Flags.
okay.
Fun.
Good call.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because I wanted it to be like a cool date and all that crap. And then pretty much I'm camping, so called her a few times because I was in friends and to like half the people in the school and said that I was freaking her the hell out.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, so you have a tendency to call people a lot of times, is what I'm getting from this call.
Yeah.
Not like that. I don't do that too often. Most of the time it's just like one call. The thing is that I was in the middle of the mountains and we were getting hit by a thunderstorm. So I had no idea if my calls were going.
Well, I can tell you that. I can tell you from this call and from that example, I can tell you that it's exciting when you meet someone and you can get a little overexcited and maybe you can put a little too much out into the world that might freak girls out. Girls do like a guy that's a little harder to get, a little laid back, maybe make them come to you. And this is okay. You're 16 going on 17. You're learning. Girls are freaking weird. They're weird people.
It's the hardest thing on earth is to know how to manage women.
Yeah.
Deal with them.
You can't say
You
manage
should never say
women.
manage women.
I didn't mean to
Brooks
say
is
that
still
to
learning.
that. Yeah, it's but
That's
every
fair,
experience
man.
you have is a learning experience, and there is no guy out there that knows exactly how to learn or how to deal with women, but you're getting good life experience right now. Maybe just kind of take it back a notch or two. You seem
Yeah.
like pulling it back could benefit you a little bit.
At this point, I'm kind of trying to work on myself. I'm working out. I hit the gym daily at this point. I do like 5 days of the week, Monday through Friday. I've been doing all that sort of thing, looking
skip
into
legs
like
day.
jobs and all that.
Yeah.
Started working in a mechanic shop.
You seem
So I'm
extraordinarily
trying
aware.
to improve myself to,
Yeah.
bring more to the table.
Oh
I
my
feel
gosh,
that's my
you're like
biggest
so
issue currently.
young to like have all of that insight. So I think you actually will be fine.
Yeah, you're very aware. I mean, right off the bat, you're like, I'm not that old. Like, you understand that 16, 17 isn't that old. You don't have a lot of experience. I think you're going to be fine. You're just going to be learning along the way, and that's fine. If you don't nail it with your very first girlfriend ever, I mean, welcome to being a guy. You know, no one nails it
whatever.
off the bat.
It's trial and error. It's trial and error. I have to keep trying, and eventually I'll get at it. I have one plus side when it comes to women. I don't know if this is a guaranteed, but I am 6'3", like 6'3", 6'4". So pray to God that they have they give some sort of help.
Yeah. Hey, you're talking. Brooks is in the same category with height. He gets plenty of women, so you're gonna be fine.
Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Girls like tall guys. All right, that's a good one, Brooks.
Yeah, that was a great one. I'm
Yeah.
glad you made it in, man.
Love
and
y'all
thank
guys.
you for your
Have an
persistence.
amazing rest of you guys' day. Honestly,
Thanks a lot.
I love
Good
y'all.
luck.
Yeah.
Please keep up the great content, man.
Thanks for being
All right,
patient.
appreciate it. So that is the
Yep, have a
last
good one.
call we're gonna
Yep,
take. Oh,
bye.
Brooks, I think you left him on. But thank you for everybody who fought through the new call system to get to us. Thanks to Brooks. Thanks to Banana for listening to me talk for an hour and a half. And we are out of here until next time. Thank you for calling.
Thanks
and keep
for
watching
watching.
videos on Blind Surfer YouTube.